What's good, everybody? It's your man's Ken Jackson, and it's coffee time. Let me just make sure this thing is going live because I had a fucked up time trying to get this thing running this morning. Let's see. View channel. All right, here we go. Hello, hello. All right. So we are live, and I need to fix something now. I need to fix something. Let's see. Bear with me, y'all. There we go. Had to get my camera set right because shit was reversed. Alright, so anyway, it's coffee time. Check it out, man. I know y'all are wondering, because I'm wondering. What the hell is wrong with Donald Trump? I didn't really want to talk about his ass anymore, but he is going berserk right now. He is ordered his new acting attorney general to indict Jim Comey again over some fucking seashells on the beach. And I know all of you out there got good fucking sense to know 86 is not a mob term. It doesn't mean kill anybody. It's a restaurant term that means cancel that order. Send it back. We don't want it. And Donald Trump knows this. He knows it. But he wants to make it something that it's definitely not. So it is real nice out today. I haven't been out this way in a while, y'all. Just started getting back outside yesterday, actually, or the day before yesterday, I think it was. So here we are. Man, it's beautiful out here. Check it out. I'm going to turn around because I don't want to flip the camera, but look at that view behind me there. See that? It's awesome, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. But anyhow, I'm going to stand right here because I don't really want to walk too far. Left my car wide open. But in any case, look, this man is losing his fucking mind. What else? The war in Iran, it's just a whole another ridiculous situation. I don't even know what to say about that. He has a blockade on the blockade. How does that work? Global oil prices are going through the roof. Even though he claims we don't need any of the oil that comes through the Strait of Hormuz. Well, if we don't need it, why are you blocking it up? The rest of the world has nothing to do with your bullshit. And they're not too concerned. In fact, the strait was open before you started this ridiculous war. So, what's the point? What is the purpose? I don't even know. Do you? Somebody please put in the comments if you understand what's really going on. because I don't. What I'm gonna do, because this sun is like really hot right now, so I'm going to sit here on the back of my car. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm gonna sit here on the back of the car and enjoy this sunlight, or enjoy the shade rather. See, I'm all discombobulated. I'm gonna blame it on Donald Trump. He got me all fucked up. I got crap back here that I need to fix because I got some things all screwed up with my car. I rolled over a mattress. All right, where'd my backing plate go? I lost my little magnet. But in any case, here, let me clip it. Forgive me, y'all. I'm all screwed up this morning. But in any case, where was I? See, I lost my train of thought. That's how messed up I am today. I wasn't prepared. Didn't have a script or anything like that. Just decided to come out. The sun is bright. It is nice out here today. It's hot as hell, but I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain at all because, we kind of live in paradise down here. We do. I think that's what gets me through most days because even though the rest of the world seems like it's just going crazy, all I got to do is come out here by the ocean, watch the boats go in and out, and see the occasional sea life popping up out of the water. We got all types of shit around here. Porpoises, dolphins, whales, sea turtles, all types of stuff. It's beautiful out here. You can't complain about this here. And like I said, this is probably what keeps my mind in a sensible, mindful condition. Is I can turn off the TV, not watch any news, come out here and just chill. Y'all should try that. Sometimes you just gotta disconnect yourself from the media and feel the real world out here. You know what I mean? Forget about all the high prices. Gas prices are ridiculous. Just sometimes just take some time and just forget about it all, even if it's just for a half hour, maybe an hour. Try to just get out and get your mind off the bullshit because you'll go crazy. I now I understand why so many people's mental health is fucked up. America makes you crazy. Hold on. I gotta find my little magnetic backing plate. It has to be here somewhere. There it is. Okay, I found it. All right, y'all. So anyway, with all the all the confusion, I put y'all on to listen. Welcome to the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna just hold this. Anyway, my question today is, what is really wrong with Donald Trump? What's wrong with him? There is something wrong with that man, and I don't know the answer. Um, I was just looking back at a collage of video clips of him over the years, and he's always been fucked up. He lies so damn much about everything, anything and everything. I was watching some videos earlier, and he was talking about it was a compilation of him claiming that he finished first in his class at the Wharton School of Finance. Well, he didn't go to the Wharton School of Finance. He went to the Wharton School of Business. And he didn't finish first in his class. In fact, he was in the bottom half, like 137th, out of 300 something, or 167th, somewhere in there. I can't even remember the exact number, but he definitely wasn't first. And the reason we know, and it's confirmed, is because a former classmate of his has a document that listed all of the graduates, because he was in the same graduating class. And, he was, even though Wharton doesn't release, that information to the public, but every graduate gets a sheet showing the rankings of everybody in the graduating class. And Trump, like I said, was in the bottom half, far from first. He lies about his entire business career and portfolio. I remember way back in the 80s and 90s, he was claiming to be a billionaire, and we knew he wasn't. He wasn't a billionaire. I really don't believe he became a billionaire until this second term as president. He's stolen billions, as he's continuing to do now. But wow. And MAGA, stay out my feed, y'all. Y'all don't like what I'm saying, just stay the fuck out my feed. Plain and simple. Because I'm not here to talk to y'all. I can't talk to y'all because there's no rational means of communicating with MAGA. You guys are in a cult. That's a fact. And until you wake up and come to Jesus, or however you want to call it, you're going to continue to be fucked up. You can call us what you want. I'm not a Democrat, for one. Am I a liberal? No, I'm not liberal. I'm just an American. I'm just a human being. And there are certain things in life that I pursue. There are certain things in life that I leave alone. But I live and I let people live. And I speak out about the things that I don't disagree with, but only the things that affect me directly. And national politics affect me directly. They affect us all directly. I know a lot of you out there say, oh, I don't give a fuck. They're not doing nothing to me or nothing for me. Everything that our national politicians do affects you, whether you realize it or not, because it's the establishment of our national politics that allows us to live in the environment that we live in. And they got the power and they got the authority to affect this environment. So yeah, it does affect you. Yeah, you may not feel directly affected because you're living life, but if it wasn't for us having a government, you probably wouldn't be able to live the life that you live now, because there would be some other idiots out here, trying to take everything that we got. And they probably wouldn't be so subtle about it. But it's at the point now where the thievery in government is just blatant. It's just out in the open. They're not even hiding it anymore, you know? And that goes for all of them. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or otherwise. Probably the majority of our politicians are crooked and corrupt in one way or another. And that's a shame. That's a shame, because we all have to live in this world, and we have to live in this world together, whether we like it or not, you know? Whether we like it or not. Unless, of course, you want to take yourself out of it. And hey, if that's what you want to do, by all means, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Live your life, do what you want with your life. Just don't impede on my life. You know what I'm saying? Let me live my life. I don't fucks with nobody. Don't fucks with me. It's real simple. But there's always somebody out there that wants what you got. Even if you don't have nothing, they still want it. There's always somebody out there that wants to tell you how to do what it is that you do. They want to tell you when to do what it is that you do. Fuck that. I'm all for law and order. I'm all for having, like a set standard of living rules that we all should adhere to. But when you got people out here that are blatantly trying to take from you and make your life miserable, I ain't with that. And I'm gonna push back when that shit happens. And I'll push back in every way that I know how. Um, I think this country's at a breaking point now, though. I think we're at the point where everybody's ready to crash the fuck out. You know, and I wish it wasn't that way. You know, me myself, I'm not ready to crash out like that. I don't get emotional like that. You know what I'm saying? I think about things. I think about what I could do. I think about. There's sometimes I think about wanting to do some things that I know I shouldn't do, but I got good sense. I'm not about to put myself or my family in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to get all emotional, and make irrational decisions about anything really. But the point is this: we do have to figure out how to come together. We all have to figure out how we're going to make this world better for us all. There ain't no problem with people wanting more. We all want more of something, you know what I mean? But not at the expense of others. And see, that's the problem that we have with our government now, is that we have a lot of people with means, but they have those means at the expense of others, at the expense of people like you and me, who get out here and we work, and we pay bills that we shouldn't have to pay. Think about that. The fact that humans are the only creatures on earth who pay to live. We have to pay to live. That's crazy when I think about it. But hey, what are you gonna do about it? It's the environment we have, so we just got to figure out how to make it work for everybody in a way that everybody can prosper and that in a way that everybody can live well. I'm a big advocate of fighting homelessness. That's like a personal mission of mine, especially when it comes to veterans. Um, and I was reading an article last night, and it was talking about how there's well over 100,000 empty commercial buildings all across the country. And not just empty, but literally abandoned, that haven't been utilized in decades. But we have billionaires in this world that are spending multi-billions of dollars to shoot rockets into outer space. For what? Mainly for their egos. Hold on, let me adjust that. That was crazy. Mainly because they can. It's not really serving any purpose. I don't see any purpose personally in going to the moon, or trying to go. We're never going to make it to any other planet in our solar system. We're just not going to, it's not going to happen. But we have all of these empty properties that I feel like these billionaires could cover the cost of renovating, upgrading, bringing up the code or whatever, and then giving homeless people a place to live for a fraction of the cost of just one of the rockets that they shoot up in outer space. Really, think about it. For the SpaceX. Listen, I live here in South Florida. SpaceX is launching 2, 3 rockets, sometimes 4 rockets a week out of Cape Canaveral or the Kennedy Space Center. Also out of Vandenberg, out on the West Coast, California. They're launching rockets like crazy. And these rockets cost millions, maybe a few billion, I'm thinking Elon Musk himself could cover the cost of renovating all of these empty buildings and giving homeless people a place to stay. This is something I would do if I was that wealthy. I surely would. It's probably why I never became that wealthy, is because I see so many people in need, literally in need. I'm not talking about people who have, caused their situation to go bad and continue to do the wrong things and continue to make bad decisions. I'm talking about people who literally, honestly, fell on hard times and they just need a leg up. I would finance that if I had the means. I surely would. I'm that type of guy that if I got $10 billion, I'm giving away 9 to help others, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because how much money do you need to live a good life, to live a comfortable life? Here we are in this country, we got a man that's literally worth almost $1 trillion. $1 trillion. That's illion with a T in front of it. You know what I'm saying? And we still have so many homeless, hungry families in this country. The number one retailer in the country, Amazon. How much is that guy worth? How much is Jeff Bezos worth? He's worth a half a trillion at least. Mark Zuckerberg of Meta, damn near half a trillion, I'm sure. His company's worth over $1 trillion. You know, those are just three people in this country that have enough to solve so many social issues. Literally, them three could solve all of the homelessness and all of the hunger in this country and have money for millennia left over. I mean, it wouldn't even be a dent in their bank accounts. It's a shame. It really is a shame. I live a good life. I don't have trillions. I don't have millions. I'm at best a thousandaire. You know what I'm saying? But I've realized in recent years that I don't really need that much to live on. I don't. Got a roof over my head. Got a decent vehicle to drive that gets me where I got to get to. You know what I'm saying? I got clothes to wear. I don't wear designer clothes. Never have, actually. Even when I was in the music industry, I, I I didn't wear any of the designer clothing that was available to me. I gave it all away, actually, because that wasn't my desire. My desire was to be able to do what I do right now, retire early and young, and be able to live a comfortable life. And that's what I do. I don't bother nobody. I don't beg from nobody because I don't need to beg for nothing. I do what I can to help the homeless people in our community. Like I said, I don't have millions, but you know what? I still give away, you know, something here or there. I buy food, pay for a hotel stay for a few nights. I do that shit. And it doesn't hurt my lifestyle whatsoever. I can only imagine what I could do if I had the kind of money that Elon Musk has, if I had access to the resources and funds that Jeff Bezos has, or Mark Zuckerberg or any of the billionaires in this country. If I had access to resources like that, I'd be able to help so many people. Like really help them. That bullshit they tell you about what's that saying? Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. Well, there's some out there you need to give them some goddamn fish so they can eat right now and get healthy before they can start fishing on their own. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out here that really need help, like immediately. You know, fuck all the other bullshit. You know? But hey, who am I? I'm just Ken Jackson. I come out here every day. I sip my coffee. And I talk to y'all. I share what's on my mind. I wish I could make a bigger difference in the world right here around me. I wish I could. But I'm doing the best that I can do with what I got. And that's all I'm asking y'all out there to do. Just do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can. I know situations are tough right now. It's tough for everybody right now because of this political climate that we live in. I know it's hard. But that shouldn't stop you from being compassionate. That shouldn't stop you from doing whatever you can to help the next man or woman, make it to at least the next step. We're all walking upstairs one step at a time. You know what I mean? And we all need help at one time or another. We've all needed help. We've all accepted help, unless you're stupid, because if somebody offers you help, take the fucking help. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't let your emotions stop you from receiving help. There's nothing wrong with getting help because we all need help. Nobody makes it in this world on their own. Nobody. I don't care what they tell you. There's no such thing as self-made anything. It's not. I built a couple of very successful businesses over the years, but I didn't do it by myself. Had a lot of help. I had help from the people that worked for my businesses. I had help from the people and companies that invented and designed the equipment that we used. I had help from the people that built and designed the vehicles that we drive and drove and continue to drive. We all have help in one way or another. Whether we pay for it or whether it's given to us, we all receive help. And I think it's our duty to offer help when we can. Seems like a simple concept to me. Unfortunately, though, we got a few people at the very, very top who look down on people like us and feel like we're beneath them. They feel like we can't operate on the same level as them. We don't deserve to have the same things that they have. And that's sad. Everybody deserves to be able to live well. I'm not saying everybody needs to be a millionaire, no, because there's a lot of people out here that are perfectly happy and have never touched $1 million in their life. There are a lot of people out here in this world that are perfectly happy and content because they got a roof over their head, they got a decent vehicle to drive, and they're able to spend time with their family and loved ones. But there's so many more that are out here miserable. I can't understand the people, the wealthy people, and I know a few of them, that are miserable in their lives. And I'm like, what the fuck are you miserable about? They say, what's that other saying? Money can't buy happiness. Yes, the fuck it can. Yes, the fuck it can. Because if you got a lot of fucking money and you're not happy, then you're doing something the fuck wrong. You really are. I would be extremely happy if I had a lot more money. You know why? Because the people around me would be extremely happy because we would all be sharing in the fruit. You know what I mean? But we're happy anyway, even though we don't have all that. We're still happy. You know why? because we find it within ourselves to be happy, regardless of what's going on. We find it within ourselves uh, to make our lives meaningful without all the money in cash. See, money is a tool, though. Money is a tool that's required in this society that we live in, unfortunately. So yes, do we all want more money? Of course we do, because we want to build things. We want to do things, and unfortunately, a lot of things that we want to do requires money. But as I said, I still have a great life without so much money. And I used to have a lot of money back in the day, and I was happy then too. I've had it, I've lost it, I've had it again, I've lost it. You know what I mean? And all throughout that, I was happy. You know why? Because I'm happy with myself. Like I was saying in my broadcast yesterday, I'm not an emotion. I don't live in my emotions. I live in logic. I understand that every plan isn't going to go as I planned it. I learned that things aren't going to work out the way that I like for it to. But I take those lessons of loss and I apply those lessons so that I can make better decisions and choices moving forward. But in any case, I know I babbled about a lot of different shit this morning, but it's all good. Life is good. Enjoy your life, y'all. Enjoy your life, no matter what. I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been Coffee with Ken. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace. I am out. All right. Now I don't know how to stop this damn thing. Stop. There we go. See y'all later, y'all. Peace. I'm out.